Alright, what's up, you guys? I know I'm a bit early. I've been looking at NASDAQ and I don't know, it looks pretty tough. I don't have too many zones. It's also red at all time highs. Overnight, we've been chopping up at VWAP. It says we have high impact news at 10, but let me double check how it looks on Forex Factory. Yeah, on Forex Factory, it doesn't say anything. That's weird. Let me check the Trump tracker. That's low. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I'll double check really quick on NASDAQ for any zones, but there's really not much. At least on the bigger time frames. Oops. Okay. What I could see happening is maybe like a pre-market range breakout. This pre-market range that we've been in, maybe we could break out of it, whether it's to the downside or the upside. That could be a good trade. Um, Really just don't have good zones. I saw this 1 hour zone here, but it does look like the market chopped up on it all the way back here. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, maybe I'll keep the zone. Let me see how it looks. Like on the 5 minute time frame, it really doesn't look too bad. Except when you zoom in on the 1 minute time frame, then it's like, oh yeah, we definitely chopped up at this area. But I'll keep the zone. I mean, it is the bottom of the range, and we have bounced off of this area 3 times. No, 4 times. So it's definitely an area of interest for the market. Yeah, like we recently just bounced off of it. So if the market opens up and it comes down here to the zone, then I would take a trade off of it. Honestly, I'd probably just wait for extra confirmation, maybe like a break and retest or like a 5 minute candle close. Yeah. My mic is low. It's all the way loud. Let me see. Yeah, it's the mic. It's all the way up. Let's look at US 30 though. Actually, let me double check for any zones, which I'm pretty sure there's not, but I'll still double check. I mean, let's measure this. This could be a 30-minute zone. The basing candle is just huge. Oh, and then right at all time highs, we have this 15-minute supply zone, which we did get a reaction from. So I would like taking a trade off of this zone. How big is this range? The range is about 135 points, which is a decent range. Yeah, I think in order for us to break out of this range, we'd need a really good opening really good volume. If there's low volume, then I would take like reversals, like a long off of here or a short off of here. Right, betting that we're gonna keep moving inside of the range. Yeah, there's no more though. We have this small 10-minute supply zone here. Honestly, I'm not sure I'd take a trade off of this just because it's in the middle of the range. Unless I see like a really good reaction off of it, then maybe. Yeah, let's see US 30. US 30 still hasn't hit all-time highs, but it is pretty close. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this week US 30 hits all-time highs. We got this 4-hour demand zone, which it looks like we recently just bounced off from. I do want to zoom in on that and see how it looks. Yeah, we low-key chopped up on it, which I don't like. We have this 3-hour supply zone all the way up here. This could also be a 3-hour supply zone. Let me see how that looks. Yeah, it looks way better. Even though it looks weird, I'm actually going to keep both zones. Both zones have a reaction off of it. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Don't see too much. I mean, this could be a 90-minute zone up here, which looks like Friday rejected off of. I also want to see how this looks on a smaller time frame. Oh, I remember this. This is where I took the short. I took short around here. Something like this. When the short could have been, technically it could have been right up here. And that would have hit TP2. But I was waiting for it to get below the zone because I was waiting for more confirmation. That's the only bad thing about waiting for more confirmation, is that sometimes it just causes you to get a late entry. It's the only thing. Sometimes it's worth it, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes you just gotta pull the trigger when you see it. The CME gaps always must be filled. I mean, not 100%, like not always. Eventually though, they most likely will be filled. Like if you look at NASDAQ, let's see. Where is it? There is a gap that still hasn't been filled. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this one. This one down here. Some of the gaps never get filled. If the market is like very volatile, we keep moving away from it. But if we like stay around the gap for a while, then it most likely will be filled. Especially if it's a small gap. If it's a small gap, it most likely is going to get filled. What was I looking at? US 30, 90 minute. Okay. 45-minute time frame. Don't see too much. Yeah, there's really not much. I mean, this could be a 45-minute zone. It honestly just looks a bit weird since we created that gap. And we kind of did have a candle closing above 50%, but then the market closed. Let me see how this looks. Okay, not too bad. I'll keep the zone in. I mean, it looks like a good one. Good enough. $30-minute time frame. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see too much. 15-minute time frame's the same. There's really not too many zones. Which I guess could be a good thing and a bad thing. The zones that we do have are decent. They're on the bigger time frame, which could be a good sign. On Nasdaq though, the zones that I have are on a smaller time frame. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Who knows? Maybe we'll actually get a good opening. You never know. I mean, this could be a 10-minute supply zone here. I wouldn't take a trade off of it though. I mean, right above it, we have a 45-minute time frame. Or a 45-minute zone. My bad. Do you listen to music while trading? Honestly, I've tried it. And again, maybe it's just me, but I really couldn't focus. Maybe it's because the music that I listen to. I listen to like perreo, So every time I listen, I want to like go party. So I don't listen to music while I trade. I feel like while I'm trading, like I need to chill out. So I don't listen to music. And one thing about me is I'm not about to listen to jazz music. That shit is. I'm sorry, I'm not about to do it. I think I've tried it before as well, but it was kind of the same thing where I couldn't really focus. And I've thought about like playing music on the stream and stuff, but again, like I can't focus. Yeah, like I get too into it. Alright, I think that's all the zones for now. We'll see. Really not expecting too much, but hoping for the best. I mean, I won't be trading tomorrow. I'll be traveling. And again, I'll be on a plane while the market is opening. It always happens. I think it's because we like to travel early in the morning. And like, it's always during market open. Like, I'm always in the air while I travel. But I guess it's fine. No trading day's fine. And like, I like to sleep on the plane. Like, I take Dramamine and I just knock out. Especially because I don't fly first class. Like, if I was flying first class, like, I'd be working. Because I'd have the space. But like when you get a regular seat, like there's no space. You just want that shit to pass by quick. Bro, I hate walking towards the back of the plane. I'm not gonna lie. I'm I'm like, damn, like I'm not rich yet. This shit is crazy. Yo. But it inspires me. I like traveling. Flights at 9 a.m., getting there at 5 a.m. Nah. The flight is like, I'm pretty sure it's at 5 a.m. and then we get to St. Thomas around like 12. So like 6 hours of traveling. Not too bad. When I go to Hawaii, oh my god. That's going to be like 24 hours of traveling cuz we're going from New York to Hawaii. That's like that's a lot. Safety to you and your family. Thank you, thank you. Yo, I'm praying over here. Yo, the villa that we got or the Airbnb that we got is like up on the hills. Like the view is beautiful and they sent us the directions to it and oh my god. If you've ever been to Puerto Rico and like you've driven up the hills or like, in El Monte, the curves are like insane. You turn like 90 degrees curves and then you keep doing that for like 2 hours. Thankfully, the where we're staying is like 20-30 minutes away from the airport, but the driving, like the curves, I mean, I don't know yet, but from what I could see on the map, it looks crazy. Like it looks like this, like curves after curve. Oh my god, that reminds me, I should buy more Dramamine. Shit. Yeah, cause then they're thinking about snorkeling and shit, and like, I already know if I'm on a boat, if I'm on a small boat, and that shit is moving, I'm gonna get seasick. Damn. Yeah, everyone's saying the mic is low. That's like the loudest I could put it. I gotta get a new mic, one that I can really like control. That's crazy. My uncle in DR said if all that driving down the hill spent like 30K building a simple as electric chairlift from the hill to the street. Wow. TJR listening to Shakira on stream right now. That's crazy. See, I'd be too hype if I was listening to that. I'd be like, hell yeah, like let's make mad money. And then when I lose, it's like, damn, I'll be even more upset because I was more excited to trade. I don't want that. I want to stay chill. That's funny though. I don't know how he does it. Oh my gosh, we got 15 more minutes. Jeez. Let's see what else I could look at. I want to look at gold. See what it did. I don't know. It looks pretty bullish. If I listen to music, it has to be like no lyrics, just instrumental. Yeah, same. But like even if it's instrumental, like I still get distracted. But then again, like I haven't really tried it too much. I think I only tried it like once. Yo, I saw this. This is completely random, but I saw this quote. It wasn't even a quote, it was just like a post. And it was about Adam and Eve. And like, listen, I don't know the whole story, but one of them fucking takes an apple and takes a bite out of it. And it's like the apple has like all the knowledge or something. And then they were talking about how like everyone now holds a device that has an apple with a bite out of it, just like this iPhone. You can't really see it, but the Apple thing, I was like, whoa, that's crazy. I actually gotta read that story so I can understand it better. But it's like there's so much, what do you call it, like symbolism. And it's like, I don't know, it's weird. Let me see. Apple. Ooh. Where, yeah. Taking a bite from the forbidden fruit signifies gaining knowledge of good and evil. It symbolizes humanity's loss of innocence, temptation, and the pursuit of selfishness, godlike knowledge. See, I could see why they fucking. I'm sorry for cursing. Oh my gosh, I'm already cursing and it's 9 a.m. I'm sorry. Um, but it's like with your phone, like you could do so much with it, but you could do so much bad because it's like in reality, it's such a big distraction. I don't know. I've been realizing this for years now how much of a distraction it is. And then the fact that they put like the apple with the bite, they could have put just like a pear, right? Like iCarly. But no, they put an apple with a bite out of it. That's that stuff. Crazy. Yeah, I want to read like, I don't know if this is like Greek or what, but I want to read more of this stuff. More of like the older knowledge, you know? I definitely need to read more because I need more like it's not even education. I just need more see like I don't even know the word for it. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I need to get better with words and I need to read more. So while I'm on vacation, I'm going to try to read and not be on the phone so much. And tan. I need sunlight. Bro, I've been having a sun deficit. Like, I'm pale. And I'm pale. That's it. I saw a video of myself from like last year when I was in PR. And I look so different. Like, I was so tan. My hair was black. Because now I dye it like a lighter brown. And I was like, what the heck? I was so tan. I need to get back like that. So that's the goal of the trip is to get tan. Get sunlight. How much time we got? Oh wow, we have 10 more minutes. Where's VWAP? The Nasdaq is below VWAP, US 30 is above. This is like the new regular now. They do the opposite thing. You should play Scrabble. Is that like a learning game? Oh yeah, I don't like that. I just searched up with it. I don't like those games. You know why I don't like those games? You know the iMessage games that like are like Scrabble, like you have to put words together. I always lose, and like I hate losing. That's why I don't like the game. Why CME chart? It's not trading futures. To have the same chart. Adam and Eve ate from the tree of knowledge, but the Bible does not say what fruit it was. Really? So where did this apple thing come from? Because I feel like I've seen pictures. I've seen a lot of photos with the apple. I don't know where that came from. But yeah, you're right. It never does say an apple. But it's like when you see a picture of it, like an old painting, it's an apple. Oh, I've seen it a lot with a pomegranate. Mmm. And they look similar. See? Or what if it's even like a fruit that we don't even know now because it got extinct or something, you know? You need to exercise your language skills. Yeah, I do. And I think it's not even because like I've stopped going to school and stuff. Like I've always needed like help with my language skill. Cause like I was my first language was Spanish, and like first and second grade I went to a bilingual school where we all spoke Spanish, even though we were here in New York. The whole class spoke Spanish. It's pretty cool. But then in third grade, I moved into the suburbs, and I went to like this school where everyone spoke English, and then I was the Essel kid. Yo, and then from there it's like I've always struggled with English classes, reading and writing. Oh my gosh, that was like my worst struggle ever. And it was like you have to write an essay, bro. It was bad. And then like it was to the point where like I thought I was so good at like writing these essays every single time too. I thought I did a good job. And then when I got the thing back that was graded, it was like bad. And I was like, damn, like I thought that shit was good. And it wasn't. But then in high school I got ChatGPT. And I mean, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for ChatGPT, I'm not gonna lie. But then like now that I think about it, that probably also made it worse because I wasn't really using my brain to like, practice English and shit. So that's also probably why it got even worse. Cause I wasn't really like putting in the work. ChatGPT was. So what's your plan for today? Uh I don't know. I want to see how the market opens. I mean, the zones that I have are fine, but they're not the best. Nasdaq as well just doesn't look good. I mean, we've been chopping up at VWAP. We've been stuck in this range, which is not that big. So if New York opens up and we stay in this area, then either I'll take a reversal trade, a trade that is expecting the market to continue in this range, or I won't trade. I mean, this might be a really slow week for me or a really good one. So I'm not trading tomorrow. So it's like if I don't trade today and tomorrow, I don't know. It's going to be pretty slow. Sometimes that's good though. Sometimes taking it slow is good. The new virus. I can't even talk. The new virus reach us. Bro, stop. That's another thing, guys. Some more bullshit. So when did you start getting better at speaking? I don't know. Maybe honestly, I think it was like listening to music. And then maybe yeah, like going to a English school. That also helped. Now I'm very like Americanized, you know? Like my Spanish isn't as good as it was before. There is a lot of news this week. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that new virus, I don't know. It's like very suspicious. Cuz the one thing that's like mainly suspicious is that like people are on this cruise and we've only seen like one guy make a video out of it, you know? And that doesn't add up to me. It doesn't because I know like okay, for example me. If I was on the boat, first of all, like I'd had I can't even talk. I would have a lot of people asking me questions, right? Like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? On the phone. So I'd be posting online. I'd be like, hell yeah, let me post this shit online so people can see it. And nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that except this one person. And then I also saw a video where like the person that did post about it, it was like it didn't it added up, right? But like in a bad way, you know? Yeah. Something's up with that. I don't know. Unless everybody's dead already. True. Yeah, that shit would be scary. And it's like if they're dead, fucking that's like the if someone was trying to hide that, it'd be like the best way to hide it cuz they could just fucking throw it overboard. Nobody will find it, you know? So much things that are just like that shit could really happen. You never know. COVID 2.0. Yeah. Like I would say like yeah, I don't know. See, I was going to say it's a good and bad thing, but cuz with the last COVID thing it was like you had a 99% chance of surviving it and a lot of people got rich off of COVID. But now it's like you only have what like a 40% chance of surviving, so it's like way different. Yeah, I don't know. Seems very scary, not gonna lie. Okay, here's the market open. Okay, US 30's pumping. Let's see how this 1 minute closes. Well, it looks like it closed out rejecting it. Well, it hasn't really closed, but it's already a nasty wick off of the zone. I want to see if it retests this area and then it goes back down. All right, I'm gonna get in a short here on US 30. Put my stop at 85. My 1 to 2 is at 536. In order for this to play out, it has to close below VWAP. Wow, Nasdaq's already at all-time highs. Yeah, Nasdaq is going crazy. With this 1 minute candle closing above the 400s, I mean, I'd be pretty bullish on it. US 30 so far looks like it kind of bounced off of VWAP. If we go down here again and bounce off of it again, then I'd probably close this shit out early. Let's see if we get past it. Yeah, I'm gonna tighten up my stop to 69. So far, it just looks like we're bouncing off of VWAP. Damn, that was loud. Let's see, it's down there again. It's gonna be the 5 minute candle close. Yeah, I'm not surprised if I get stopped. We bounced off of it 4 times. Yeah, this looks like a clean bounce off of VWAP. I got stopped out on that. Not too surprised. The only way that was going to play out was if we broke past it, which it failed to break past it 4 times. Wow, NASDAQ crashed. I mean, not really, but nasty pullback. The only way I would take another trade is only if we come back up here to this 45-minute zone. Other than that, I wouldn't want to get chopped up in this area. With Nasdaq, I'd be paying attention to if it bounces off of VWAP. If it breaks past it, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back down to the bottom of the range. Yeah, US 30 looks way more choppier than Nasdaq, so I'm probably gonna stay away from it. Nasdaq's retesting this 10-minute zone, which we broke past earlier. If I was still bullish, I mean, I'd want to see it continue bouncing off of here. Yeah, thankfully I tightened up the stop on US 30. So I didn't lose too much. Alright, I'm thinking longs on Nasdaq if it gets back above these wicks. Look at these shorts on US 30, bro. Alright, I might get tapped in long. Let's see. Alright, not yet. Alright, I'm in a long on Nasdaq. I'm gonna put my stop at 54. Actually, I'm gonna put it at 50. The only reason I'm taking long is because it just looks like it retested this level and bounced off of it. Wait, why is this only $40? I'm only in one micro. Why is this shit at 5? All right, well, I'm only in 1 micro, so Jesus. I got stopped out on that. Okay, thank God, right? Technically, I've only taken one loss when it comes to the dollar amount. This shit is chopping up. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, I'm gonna probably wait for the 15-minute candle to close, which is in about 3 minutes. Yeah, like if we look at the 15-minute candle on NASDAQ, it's back inside of this range, which honestly to me is pretty bearish. Like, especially if it closes out like this with a huge wick at the top. With US 30, I mean, I already know I was bearish just off of this reaction up here, which is why I took the short. I just got chopped up, honestly. Maybe the entry could have been higher, but if the entry was higher, I still would have lost the trade with this nasty wick here. The only way I really would have won this trade is if I had like a very early entry before the candle even closed, which I normally don't do. So yeah, now I'm just gonna wait. Yeah, I really don't have any zone though. At least close to price. The closest zone I would say is on US 30, which is pretty choppy when you look at the 1 minute time frame. Right now I'm waiting for the 15-minute candle to close. And I think that will give me a good hint on NASDAQ. I think if the 15 closes above 94, I think it'll stay pretty bullish. If not, though, like if it has a huge wick and it's below this 387, then I'm gonna be bearish. And I'm gonna correct my sizing here on that. This NASDAQ trade, thankfully I got in with 1 micro by accident. Okay, and this shit is playing out. Alright, 15-minute candle closed. I would say closed out very bullish. It closed out above 393. Now though is the entry part, which kind of don't have a way of entering because I don't have any zones. So we'll see. Man, I really got wicked out just for it to go back up. Okay, cool. Oh my. Look at US 30. 87.1 minute candle. I mean, technically I could enter long because I do have this zone right here, but I feel like this zone is invalid now that it's just gotten chopped up. So I'm not even looking at this trade here. Plus, I mean, I was thinking long, but I got wicked out. So it's like if I take a long now, it'll be stupid entry because it'll be late. Very late. Very late. The opening range on NASDAQ, though, is really good. Like, I would say there was really good volume. I mean, US 30 could have been better. The short played out for sure off of this zone, but it was just very choppy. Since I don't have any zone on NASDAQ, or at least a zone that I trust, at this point, I don't trust this 15-minute supply zone because we've been moving up and down on it. And we also just haven't created anything new. I mean, maybe this 15-minute demand zone down here, but that's pretty far away. So honestly, I'm looking back at US 30, but only if it taps this 45-minute zone. We'll see if that happens. Now looking back at US 30, yeah, it just not only does it look choppy, but it looks like it bounced off of VWAP. Kind of, not really. I mean, it looks very choppy, so it's hard to tell, but on the bigger time frames, it looks like it bounced off of it. 30 more seconds for this 5-minute candle to close. Yeah, NASDAQ struggled to move higher. US 30's pumping. I'm thinking longs if US 30 closes above 743, which it didn't, but still has great volume. Alright, I'm in a long on US 30. This is for sure my last trade. I'm long on US 30. I mean, right now we have a 1-minute candle closing above this 45-minute supply zone, which we did have a short reaction off from, but eventually it just looks like it bounced off of VWAP. And then also, not only did we bounce off of VWAP, but we also saw huge green candles as we were moving up, which means more volumes kicking in, which is a good sign for a breakout. So this is a breakout trade if you think about it. We're breaking past this zone, so I'm expecting us to go to the next zone, which is a 90-minute supply zone. And I mean, if I get stopped on this, I would say it's a very choppy market. So I'd be fine with calling it a day. I also like where the stop loss is. I mean, it's right below the zone. So, like, if I get stopped out, I would expect the shorts to come back down. Time is it? We got 7 more minutes for 10 a.m. Damn, it definitely slowed down, which I don't like. Yeah, this is the area where I'd want to see it bounce. I definitely want to see it stay above the opening range. Damn, it's so weird seeing US 30 and NASDAQ do the opposite thing. And honestly, it throws me off because I'm so used to them looking very similar. And it's like, for the past 2 weeks, they've done the opposite thing, which I'm not used to. Like, literally, if you look at the 1 minute time frame, almost every time NASDAQ was going up, US 30 was going down. Damn, I'm gonna get stopped out. I got stopped out. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. This is a tough day. I'm not gonna lie. Even, yeah, like even with this short here, I would have expected this, what is this called? I would have expected this US 30 short to come all at least to 556, which it just missed by a couple ticks. That's why I didn't take the long, because we never really tapped the zone down here. Damn. And then, yeah, even with this long, yeah, we have a 5 minute candle closing above not even just the supply zone, but the opening range as well, which is pretty bullish. Unless like I just got wicked out again, then I'd be fine with that, I guess. And then with Nasdaq, uh, this long that I took, I got wicked out. Would this long even play out? Let me see. I mean, I probably would have gotten a soft out break even on this trade. It ran up about 30 points. But yeah, even with the zones I had on NASDAQ, it was bad price action. Or just like weird price action, Like not really respecting the zones of like how it usually would. Like this supply zone here. I even said it, so I was like, yeah, this 1 minute closed above the zone. That's pretty bullish. And then this shit melted. So I would say it's like, again, maybe it's just me, but it looks like it's either very wiki or just not, how do you say it? It's like not respecting the zones like how it usually would. Bro, this shit is going up now. Let's see what it does at 10. Supposedly at 10 there's news. Damn, tough day. Nasdaq closed below VWAP. It's now at this 15-minute demand zone, which it created when the market opened up. So let's see if it bounces here, or if it keeps breaking past it. Yeah, this is crazy. Bro. This sucks, I'm not gonna lie. Got wicked out again. Alright, here's the 10 a.m. candle. Okay. Doesn't really look like a news candle. Yeah, I'm a bit confused because on this Market Edge AI thing, it said there was high impact 10 a.m. news. High impact. And then on Forex Factory, it doesn't say anything that's at 10, which is a bit confusing. Well, it says there's 10 a.m. news, but it says it's not high impact. A 45-minute zone on YM? You're probably talking about this zone here. I didn't mark it because the basing candle is almost the same size as the aggressive move. And then also, we have a 90-minute zone right above it. So that's why I didn't mark that. I thought the basing candle was too big. Yeah, that's crazy. Honestly, like, if I didn't lose these past two trades, I would have taken longs again on this long here, and I would have gotten stopped out again. Unless I marked out the 45-minute zone you pointed out, which honestly I wouldn't have. I mean, I didn't, right? Maybe I could have. If I did, then the short would have been a potential trade. But I don't know. I didn't count it as a zone. It's a tough day. I mean, there is very clean moves, but it's very weird. Maybe that's just me, though. Honestly, though, like, okay, this long played out here. This 15-minute demand zone. If I took this trade, let's see if it would have played out for 50 points. Let's see. I mean, I'd be break even on this trade. Because I'd already hit a 1-to-1. It's also right at VWAP, so it's like a very risky trade. Because not only did we chop up on VWAP, we also started closing below it. So yeah, this is like, I would say this is stupid price action, I'm not gonna lie. But like, it's fine, right? Like, you can make money with it. You just gotta know it's stupid. So you gotta bet for like stupid trades, low key. I'm starting to wonder if I missed out a zone on US 30 down here, because it had a very clean bounce, which I would have taken the long only if it like tapped the 4-hour zone. Then it made the move up, but it never tapped it. So I'm starting to wonder if I missed out a zone. Let's see. Because that was, I mean, it wasn't really a mistake last week, but it was something I did. I missed out on like, I didn't even miss out on the zone. I just kind of didn't mark the zone that did play out. Okay, yeah, I don't see much. Yeah, I don't see any zone down here. Oh, nah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it looks like this long would have played out on NASDAQ. Which which was from a zone that was just created when the market opened up. And I feel like those usually play out really good. When the market opens up and it creates a zone, I would say usually they play out pretty well. Was there a zone on? Yeah, I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't know. These are the days where like you just like fucking wonder what went wrong. And it's like it wasn't even like me. I would say the market just wasn't in my favor. I mean, all the trades I took, I would have taken over and over again. Not gonna lie. I feel like Mondays are hit or miss though. Like there's really good Mondays. Um, but then there's also bad Mondays. Yeah, this long on Nasdaq would have played out really well off of this 15-minute zone, which was also a reversal. This was a reversal trade. I mean, honestly, I knew like not to expect too much because of pre-market. Pre-market is always going to be a huge hint to like how the market's going to play out. For example, pre-market on Nasdaq was very choppy, very low volume. And then the opening today, I mean, I wouldn't say it was low volume, but it was pretty choppy. And it's also ranging. And then US 30, I mean, jeez. US 30's been cooking me up. I'm starting to think like I should just quit it. But that's the thing, like US 30 plays out so well most of the time. I mean, the beginning of the year I made a lot of money from US 30. But I'm going to wait for later to journal cuz I do want to see how the market ended up playing out, especially US 30. I mean, right now it's moving sideways, same as Nasdaq, but I would say Nasdaq had more volume. Right now though, I mean, it looks pretty choppy, but I do want to see how it ended up playing out. And then also like on a losing day, it's always like not fun to journal, especially right after a loss. So I do like to not walk away, but take a break from the charts. And then later, when I journal, maybe have a different perspective of the market, you know? Because right now I'm thinking one way, but later I might see something I didn't see right now. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. You would take trades later off live. Nah, I don't really do that unless it's like an eval. Like I actually trade my trades on live. Unless it's an eval. If it's an eval, then I'm fine with trading like at a random time. Cause I really just see like small moves on an eval because I trade it heavy. But it's a funded account, then I do take it slow. And I actually try. But alright, that was it for me. Someone said you should learn how to read absorption on the footprint chart. I thought about going back to what is it called? Like I guess it's bookmap and footprint at the same time. But it's this thing called deep charts and like it shows you the orders. I thought about learning that. But the way I would use it would be like it would be with supply and demand, and then like the confirmation would be off of deep charts, or, like the orders. But I would say that would take time, you know. But we'll see. Maybe, maybe on this flight, I could actually learn deep charts. That'd be pretty cool. How many accounts do you think people blew following your trades today? I don't know. I mean, I don't say follow my trades, I just stream it. So at the end of the day, it's their fault, not mine. I'm not here for others to copy my trades, guys. If I wanted that, I'd be charging people and actually, like, you know, I'd be charging people and I wouldn't be streaming it for free, right? So it's like I'm really just streaming to show my process. That's why I don't look at the chart when I trade. So I'm trading my ideas, not the chats. So it's like I would never say like copy my trades, never. I never even say like if I want to trade, I never say, "Oh, you guys made money off of that." Never, never, never. Never said that on stream, never. Cuz I don't want people to copy my trades. Like actually. And like another thing about like charging people for copying your trades, I would say that's only for beginners, honestly. That's how you kind of learn is by watching someone else, but like when you want to take your trade serious, you have to trade your own thing. You have to trade based off your ideas. You have to depend on yourself for trades, right? Not a streamer's or not, the person you're trying to learn from. When you're actually trading to learn the skill, you should be trading kind of by yourself with your ideas. Because you don't want to lose a trade or you don't want to blow an account and then say, oh, yeah, that was Lonnie's fault. No, 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 no. You don't want to say that. That's not how it is with trading. Trading should be 1,000% your fault. That's how it should be. That's what I think. That's what I think. But I honestly don't think that much people copy my trades. Um, I know a lot of people that watch me and don't even trade supply and demand. They trade their own thing. Like a lot of just people watch me to chat. Which is cool, right? Because that's like the community. People hate accountability. Yo, they do. It's sad. It's sad. The only way you're gonna become profitable with trading is with accountability. By thinking, yeah, this loss was my fault. If I blew my account, it was my fault. Like that's the way you should be thinking. That's how you learn. That's how you learn. And also like if you're copying someone else's trades, um how the fuck are you going to journal that? When you journal and you copy someone else's trade, you're going to be like, "Oh, yeah, they took this long, so I took it too." Like you don't really understand why you took the trade. So that's my advice on like if you're copying someone. I think copy trading someone's only good in the beginning, but like if you're actually trying to start taking it serious, start kind of being independent, bro, trade by yourself, right? That's what I think. Or also, I'm saying the truth because I've had uh multiple students from mentorship, and for example this girl, she just started working with me, and she has so much data on her strategy. She was like, "Lonnie, like should I learn your strategy?" And I was like, "No, like you already have data on your strategy, keep doing that, just do these certain things." And I also have another student where like he doesn't even trade my strategy, but I told him, I was like, "You already have data on your strategy, keep doing your thing, just change these things." you know but yeah, like I said, if you're trying to get serious with trading, you shouldn't be copy trading others. You should be trading kind of by yourself. Or like like it's fine to watch others, but like when you're taking the trade, you should understand why you took the trade, right? That's what I think. So yeah, and then like also when I was charging people to like, when I was charging like for live streams, right? Like a lot of people do that. They charge, I don't know, like $50 a month so you could copy my trades. When I used to do that last year, it was cool, right? But it added more pressure onto me because it was like, damn, like when I'm on a losing streak, they're most likely on one too, right? Because that's actually what I'm charging them for, is for copy trading. That's the main thing. So that's why I decided to stream on YouTube, because I was like, you know what, like I actually don't believe this is the right way to go about it. So that's why I stream for free now on YouTube, so I could just show my journey and not have so much pressure about, oh, I'm charging them to watch me. No, it's free. I'm just here showing my journey. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not. But that's how trading is. Anyways, I mean, I have fun streaming. I have fun talking to you guys. I think a lot of people that watch me are like very similar to me. Not on the charts, right? Everyone has different strategies, but like outside of the charts, like we all kind of think similar on like the things that we want. So I like having this community. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. I gotta pack. I actually gotta do a lot of things and get ready for this trip. Tomorrow I won't be streaming, but hopefully on Wednesday I will. Hopefully on Wednesday I have a better background. That's the goal. Hopefully on Wednesday you guys can see the ocean. That'll be pretty cool. And I'll also be recording a lot over there. I'll be trading and traveling. That's like everyone's goal, or every trader's goal. So I plan on like recording a lot and showing you guys it's possible. Yeah. But alright, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Yeah. And if you lost today, don't be so hard on yourself. I mean, I think it was a pretty tough day, which was low key expected from pre market, but I mean, look at the market now. This 1 minute time frame looks pretty slow. The 5 minute looks fine, but it is moving sideways. So I'd be careful if you're gonna keep trading. If you lost, it's fine. It's not the end of the day. It's Monday. So you still got a couple days. But I'll see you guys on Wednesday.